Hi, my name is Haley Jensen, and the topic I've chosen to discuss today is the environmental issues in Texas. So, why is this an important issue for Texas? For starters, environmental abuse in Texas is a rapidly accelerating problem that many people don't know much about, despite its major impact on everyday life. Big corporations don't have many regulations, so they take advantage of both land and the people who inhabit the land. This environmental crisis is negatively impacting air, water, and land quality, as well as the quality of life for people. Due to deforestation and rapid urbanization, there is an increase in human and animal interactions. For example, we see deer all over the place and hear about wild hogs terrorizing suburban neighborhoods all the time. Property values are decreasing, and lastly, it's also causing major health concerns for Texans. Now I want to get into some specifics. First, I want to talk about the Vulcan Quarry. What is the Vulcan Quarry? Well, it is a 2.4 square mile limestone quarry being dug out not too far from us, actually. Already, it presents many environmental issues such as dangerous carcinogenic dust being released into our air. It will now be a major source of traffic and vehicle pollution. It is also a massive case of deforestation and is destroying animal habitats. As I said before, due to this quarry, property values are decreasing, and there's a major increase in human and animal interactions. Next, I want to talk about big companies and plastic. As we know, plastic is everywhere, but did you know the ones making the plastic we use are these big oil corporations? We are told to recycle our plastics, but did you also know about 91% of all plastic has never been and will never be recycled? Instead, it is either dumped carelessly, put into landfills, or incinerated. Now, how is this affecting Texas? Well, I'm sure you noticed that you can't drive about 20 minutes without seeing a plant of some form. Those plants that are being put up right next to residential areas are used for a plethora of reasons, one being incinerating plastic and waste. While in doing so, they pump dangerous gases and chemicals into our atmosphere, damaging the environment and humans' health. In Texas, there have been an alarming high rates of respiratory diseases and leukemia cases, and there is believed to be a strong link between these health issues and these plants. The core problems surrounding this issue are mainly the health concerns and the blatant disrespect of residents and their land. My solution to these problems, summed up, is to hold these big corporations accountable for their actions. There needs to be stricter regulations on these companies. For example, they need to be an X amount of distance away from urban areas, and there needs to be a limit on their pollution levels. Of course, there will be some criticism to these solutions. Big companies like Chevron and BP are not so quick to shut down operations, no matter the reason. They will argue that it is a major loss for the economy in terms of revenue from their products and jobs they produce. They will also argue that some of the eco-friendly changes being proposed are unrealistic. My response to this criticism is that no matter what, they need to be held accountable. They claim to offer all these jobs, which seems to be a valid argument to keep operations going per usual. But in cases like the Vulcan Quarry, there will only be about 35 jobs supplied once the quarry is completed. Once again, it's another case of these big corporations lying to make themselves appear better. It's unreasonable to say they need to shut down all operations and destroy all their plants, but they definitely need to be regulated on their environmental and human health footprint, as well as being held accountable for their false advertising. Obviously, there's no perfect solution, but there are certainly better ways to go about business.